Hello guys, this is Jonathan with the Balloon Guild here. I am going to be making a ribbon wall for my business and I'm going to show you guys step by step how to do it. Okay, so step one, we have a roll of netting. It's like a hard plastic. I don't know if it's for construction, for keeping animals out of a place, whatever, but you can find it on Amazon. I will give you a link for this in the product section, but we are measuring it out. We're going to make an 8x8 ribbon wall. So you may notice on the floor, see those blue pieces of, those are painter's tape. I have my floor marked, so I don't ever have to roll out a measuring tape to measure up to 30 feet is what I have marked. So a little pro tip, save you some time and energy breaking out that measuring tape every single time you got to measure a 20-foot arch or whatever. So hard plastic stuff, measure it out, cut it, and then you'll be ready for step two. All right, step two, you're going to take your netting that you've made and you are going to put it on your pipe and drape poles or whatever framing that you have. I'm using pipe and drape poles, as you can see here. Step three, we're taking this plastic table cover stuff, and what we're going to do is we're just going to line this net so that it gives our ribbon wall a solid back, and it's in the color that we're working with. We're working with a bunch of blues, so we're just going to put a blue background on it. That way if there's anything showing between, what you'll see is the blue instead of whatever's behind our background. Okay, so this step, we're just putting plastic on it. We covered it. You can kind of see, honestly, it's just on there. There's nothing special about how to get it on there. I did zip tie it a couple places at the top just so that it would stay up there so I could work with it. And then I just used desktop tape. You could probably use packing tape also, just to tape it on. The reality is once you start putting on the ribbon swags, it's gonna be held on. This is literally just get something up to kind of give it a cover. So nothing too fancy, too crazy. I don't care if it's perfect or not. It just needs to be up there. We're going to move on to the next step, which is creating the ribbon swags, and I'll show you guys how to do that in the next little video. Okay, we're going to start making some of the ribbon swags for this. Now we're actually going to make the parts that we're going to put on the wall. So what I'm going to do, I have an old balloon drop net. For some reason it was 10 foot long. We don't really do 10-foot balloon drops, so I'm going to use this balloon drop netting, which might be hard to see in the video, but I'm going to cut strips out of it, and these strips are what we're going to attach our ribbons to. So I think before I do that, what I'm going to do is actually tie this balloon drop netting up between two poles here like you see, and then I will add the ribbon onto this before I cut it. That way I get the ribbon swag links to be whatever I want them to be.
Gonna just tape this thing onto these poles. That way this net doesn't slide all over.
Okay, this should be high enough for me to work with. And I'll get the ribbon that we're gonna put on it and we'll get started. I'm gonna bring it in real close so you can see what is happening here. I'm making a loop in the ribbon that we're using. In this case, we're using some foil shiny stuff. And I'm gonna poke it through a square. Then I'm gonna open that loop up and I'm gonna bring the long part through the loop so it cinches it onto the square. And then I'm gonna move on and do it again and again and again, all the way until it's all done.
Babe, can you look and see what the picture looks like for this? Is there like more than one of this color on there, or is there just one part like this? Because I will...
Made an arm length for a single row, but what I'm going to do is I want it to be thicker. See how it's kind of one layer deep, kind of thinnish. I'm going to create a second row and I'm going to go I'm going to go just on the squares just above this one so it's layered nice and deep. So we'll do that and then we'll see what it looks like, and maybe we'll even add a third row.
In front of what? How dark it is? This stuff? Well, I'm sorry, Ginger. Like I said, here's the deal. I'm not wasting money.
So I had enough to do 2 rows, and I had some extras, so I just made it longer because I didn't have enough to do 3 rows. So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut that part off of the net so that we can use this net for some of the other pieces, and then that's going to be how we make these. We're just going to keep making them till we have everything we need for the wall. When you cut these, you need to leave extra netting on top. So let me cut it and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so we have extra netting on top, which you can see really good up against my shirt. And we have some extra bits on the end. And what we're gonna do is we will end up just attaching this directly to the grid on our wall. So this guy will just get attached right to the wall. So that is how you make these ribbon swags, and you can see the double rows, how I went pretty much all the way down the way. So there you go.
Join the Balloon Guild community for access to a growing library of balloon decor recipes, exclusive templates, webinars, and direct support from experts. Benefit from special discounts, members-only events, skill development opportunities, and a say in future content to elevate your business and expertise in the balloon decor industry. To join, visit theballoonguild.com now.